Let's review this game. E4, c5. The game starts with Sicilian. c3. So this is Alapin Sicilian defense. So white didn't play knight f3 or knight c3, but played c3 instead. So this pawn is supporting d4. White is going to push the pawn d4 to have a very strong center connect pawns. But in this case, because the c3 pawn blocking the b1 knight, so black can play d5. And if white take our pawn, we can play queen d5 to control the center, and the white cannot really kick the queen with the knight. So, but in this game, black played knight f6, so this is less good as d5. And so if white play e5, we have to move the knight to d5, and then after d4, white have very strong center pawns. And this is what white played. So d4, and I'm a bit worrying about the safety of the knight. It looks the knight is very easily to be trapped, so we need to be careful about that. Take the pawn, and what if queen take the pawn? Is the knight trapped? Are we losing the knight? What about d5 and f3? Where can we move the knight? I think all the squares are controlled by white pieces. So yeah, if knight c6 and the white play bishop b5, pin the knight, so white doesn't have to move the queen, and then the knight is losing. So yeah, so that's a problem. So knight f6 actually is a mistake. But in this game, white play pawn to d4, so kind of giving black a little like a breath to take. So let's make the knight safe. Okay, e6. I'm thinking can play d5. Because if you take my pawn, I can take your pawn, trading the pawns. White has a very strong center pawn, so I would suggest trading with e5 pawn. If white didn't take the pawn, we take the control of the d5 square and also support the knight. Do we need to worry about f3? We check the king. Yeah, so we can trade the knight afterwards. So yeah, the knight is safe, I think. So e6, bishop d3, and then d5. So yeah, so if white take the knight, we will have isolated pawn, and that's a weakness. But white didn't do that. White played a3, stopping bishop to b4. That should be the purpose. And we develop the knight. Knight 3, bishop to e7. I'm thinking maybe it's a very good opportunity to attack d4, because white doesn't have a c3 pawn protecting that. We can develop the queen, and white cannot really move the bishop because we can take the b2. So yeah, queen b6, bishop to c2, so white protect the pawn, and h6, preventing knight g5, but I don't think white will play knight g5 because we have a knight at e4. So maybe, yeah, can we castle? If you take my knight, I take, and you play, yeah, I can win the pawn at least. Take, knight b3. And yeah, I think black is quicker in piece development than its opponent. I think black's better. Thinking about these two pieces are still at starting position, and black also have pair bishop. That's an advantage in the open game. So we don't need to worry about the knight being taken. So yeah, I think we can castle. I don't think h6 is a necessary move. Okay, so we play h6, and white play knight c3, knight g5. Interesting. Why didn't we take the knight? I mean, after the trading, there could be a weakness on c3, and this is a semi-open file. If we take the knight and bishop d7, maybe rook b1. Okay, so maybe there is a semi-open file. White attack. But can we maybe queen to c7? and then knight a5, knight c4. So we can put our knight at out square, outpost, and our knight and bishop can target a3. Yeah, I will take the c3 knight. So back to g5. Take, b4, g4. So it looks like we want to attack on the king side. So we kick the knight or attack the d4. Okay. Queen 6, knight e1, queen c4. That's a very good move. Focus on the weakness. So I don't think, from white's perspective, I don't think like white trading the knight with the bishop is a smart choice, because white doesn't have a dark square bishop, which makes the d4 pawn even weaker. So I will take the knight with the knight, and later on maybe I will play bishop e3 or knight e2 to protect d4. g4, okay, yeah. Knight c4, that's very good. Queen g4, queen d4. Do we need to worry about queen g7? Maybe we can take e5, and we are offering a queen trade, and we have very good center pawn. Black is better. Exchange, bishop d3, bishop b7, that's a good move. Attack the knight, and also later we can control the d file. Rook h5, attack. Yeah, I think black is better than its opponent. It has a very strong rooted pawn, and also we have active rooks, and we have pair bishop, we have a center knight, so black is better. How can we convert this to winning? So that's the next question. And we won a pawn, awesome. Bishop a4. What is the purpose of bishop a4? Can we just push the b5 pawn? Maybe we want to activate the king. So now I think we need to thinking about how can we coordinate these three pieces. So maybe I will move the rook to the queen side, because this is where we have two passed pawns. So king e7 and then rook to here. Yeah, bishop a4. For now I don't see the purpose. Bishop d2, attack the knight, b5, b4. Okay, pin the... I'm thinking, if we attack the knight to d4 and then bishop c4, is that and then we attack the rook, attack the knight, we can probably push the pawn. Bishop d1, king f2. I think it's time to move the rook to the queen side. Otherwise, I don't think we can win with two bishops only. Bishop c3. What is the purpose of this move? Oh, this king g3 is a problem. Bishop c3. I don't understand. Why do we move bishop to c3? King to g3. Okay. We can win pieces, right? We take. Rook to e3. We can check the king to make the rook safe. Then we can probably win the pawn. Yeah. So I would take the knight. And yes, if the king takes my rook, I would take f3. Bishop e1. Ah, okay. We can still win the knight after bishop e1, and then we make the rook safe. Yeah, that's good. Rook d. Yeah, it's very precise. Okay, that's a skewer. Awesome. So once we have a very good structure at the end game, I think we did really well. We convert the advantage of pair bishop to winning, and also we break the pawn. The pawn structure. And only one thing is maybe I would move the rook to queen side quicker, but yeah, we still win the game. And also we break through the h file, then there's a skewer as the last move. Yeah, it's a very good game.